everyone, today I will be presenting on Alzheimer's disease and nutrition, but before we get into that, let me do a little bit of introduction first. My name is Maragh and I am a student of the University of Technology Jamaica, and I am pursuing a bachelor's degree in dietetics and nutrition. So let's go. A visual representation of Alzheimer's disease and the brain, as you can see right here. So this is a visual representation of a healthy brain and severe Alzheimer's disease, and also a healthy brain, mild Alzheimer's disease, and severe Alzheimer's disease. So what is Alzheimer's disease? So Alzheimer's disease, it is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that accounts for major causes of dementia. Alzheimer's disease and the brain. So this is a visual representation of the healthy brain and advanced Alzheimer's disease. So in an Alzheimer's brain, the cortex shrivels up and it damages the area involved thinking and planning and remembering. So it also results in shrinkage especially in the hippocampus, an area of the cortex that plays a key role in the formation of new memories. And the ventricles, the fluid-filled spaces within the brain, it grows larger, as you can see right here. So according to PubMed, there are studies that have been shown that there are links between obesity, malnutrition, and Alzheimer's disease. So obesity in a midlife has been found to increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Also, while late life obesity might decrease the risk of Alzheimer's disease. It is kind of manipulative where it comes to obesity. It can be contradicting. Also, there are manipulation of adiposity, and it may provide a means to prevent Alzheimer's disease and nutrition. So we're going to speak about nutrients and Alzheimer's disease. So there are various nutrients which helps to reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Nutrients such as antioxidants, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins. So for antioxidants, these are substances that inhibit oxidation. And examples of antioxidants include vitamin C, vitamin E, selenium, phytochemicals, etc. So what the antioxidants does, it helps with cell formation that has been damaged by free radicals. And there are studies that have been shown that patients living with Alzheimer's disease have higher levels of natural antioxidants, which suggests that it is trying to clear up the free radicals. Also, antioxidants, it reduces oxidative stress and amyloid beta peptide accumulation. Vitamin A and beta carotene, these are key molecules for the prevention and therapy of Alzheimer's disease. So they can prevent Alzheimer's disease because their ability to inhibit the formation of amyloid beta, oligomers, and fibrils. Vitamin A and beta carotene have anti-oligomerization that affects on the amyloid beta. Patients living with Alzheimer's disease have low serum and plasma concentration of vitamin A and beta carotene. Therefore, having a higher beta carotene level aids with better memory. So studies have been shown that vitamin C can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Higher plasma vitamin C are generally associated with better cognitive function, and it lowers the risk of cognitive decline. As what I said before about the antioxidants, and one of those antioxidants was vitamin C. So for the B vitamins, you have folic, vitamin B6 and vitamin B12. They may contribute positively in lowering the risk of Alzheimer's disease. It inhibits oxidative stress, and it also lowers the concentration of homocysteine. These nutrients lower homocysteine's plasma concentration in Alzheimer's. So it is good that this nutrient lowers homocysteine plasma concentration in Alzheimer's patients, because homocysteine, if you have high levels of homocysteine in the blood, then therefore this can lead to cognitive decline. So for the minerals and Alzheimer's disease, so for copper, high dietary intake of copper, saturated and trans fats may result in cognitive decline. And an example of food that is high in copper is dark chocolate. So for iron, if there is an imbalance of iron homeostasis, it is a precursor of Alzheimer's disease. This helps to mediate the oxidative stress. And an example of a food that is rich in iron is kalaloo. So for zinc, this reduces the amyloid beta, which helps to prevent Alzheimer's disease. And an example of this is oyster. So this is my favorite part, food. Yay! So we're going to speak about foods and beverages and Alzheimer's disease. So the consumption of fish can lower your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease, especially patients or people with the gene variant APOE, which is apolipoprotein E. So also the high consumption of fruits and vegetables reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease, because fruits and vegetables are sources of antioxidants. So examples of some of these fruits are oranges, citrus fruits, for like the example that I said before, vitamin C, and also lowering the consumption of dairy increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So dairy products rich in vitamin D, phosphorus, and magnesium lowers the risk of cognitive impairments. And tea drinking also lowers the risk of Alzheimer's disease. You hear that, my fellow Jamaicans? So continue drinking those tea. So the example is green tea, because it has polyphenols which inhibit cognitive impairment. So for fats and Alzheimer's disease, we have monounsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fatty acids, and saturated fatty acids and trans fats. So for the monounsaturated fatty acids, there are studies that have been shown that higher consumption of monounsaturated fatty acid is linked to better cognitive function. And for the polyunsaturated fatty acids, elevated intake of polyunsaturated fatty acid is linked to better cognitive function also. So for the saturated fatty acids and trans fat, high intake of the saturated fatty acid can lead to poor cognitive function, and moderate intake of trans fatty acid can lead to the risk of Alzheimer's disease 2 to 3 times. So these are various diets that are linked to Alzheimer's disease. We have the DASH diet, the Mediterranean diet, and the Western diet. So before we go into how does it link to Alzheimer's disease, I'm going to give you an overview of each of the diets. So for the DASH diet, it contains plant-based foods, such as like fruits and vegetables, poultry, whole grains, low-fat dairy products, and less in sodium and less sugar-sweetened beverages. While for the Mediterranean diet, it includes vegetables, it includes fruits, starchy foods such as potatoes, etc., and poultry with reduced red meat and less alcohol. So for the Western diet, it has a high intake of saturated fat, refined grains, and desserts. So the DASH diet, there have studies that have been shown that it provides greater neurocognitive improvements. And for the Mediterranean diet, there have been studies that shows that this diet is associated with the reduction of overall mortality and neurodegenerative. And for the Western diet, it can contribute to developing Alzheimer's disease, because if you remember before when I was speaking about the different type of fats and what it can lead to, and I said that the saturated fat can help to improve the risk of cognitive decline. Because it's a high intake of saturated fat, it can contribute to Alzheimer's disease. So this is a snake on the ladder game for Alzheimer's disease and nutrition. You can play this game after you have watched my video. All you do is get some dice, you throw it, and whatever number the dice rolls on, you move. And if you land on a question, you have to answer the question. If you can't answer the question, you have to go back and you have to search for the answer in the answer pocket. Thank you. Hi guys, thank you for watching, and I'll leave my references below and subscribe. See ya.